And welcome back, Football No Filter fans. I am your host, Brun Krak, for episode 50, episode 50, the big 50. And we have Mr. FBF himself, Jorginho. How are you, buddy?
What's going on? How's everybody doing?
And we have Nelson, Força
What's up?
Portugal. Nelson.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
How you guys been?
I've been good. You know, just chilling.
Chilling. All right.
Chilling and dilling.
Chilling and Dylan.
So we had a friendly Portugal versus Spain at the what's it called? The Metropolitano, right?
The Athletic Madrid Stadium?
Yeah, the Metropolitano.
This-
I think
Stadium.
Metro.
Oh,
The stadium of the stadium of Don Felix.
The stadium where João Felix shines on the bench.
Well, we'll get to him in a second, Nelson. I know já estás com os dentes afiados, pá.
The stadium sits on the bench, but after 2 years they won the championship that they hadn't won in 7 years. I get
But
that.
yeah, I know. It was definitely because of him. He was amazing.
Definitely because of him.
No, you didn't do anything. Just the last 2 games. Just see who got the assists for the last 2 games.
All right. Well, don't go too crazy, George. Hold on a second. So Portugal's starting lineup was Rui Patricio, Nelson Smith, José Fonte, Pep, Rafael Guerreiro, Danilo, Sérgio Oliveira, Renato Sanches, Diogo Jota, João Flopix himself, and Cristiano Ronaldo. George, I'll let you go because then we're gonna have Nelson's rebuttal on the João Flopix option in the starting 11. Go ahead.
Jean Flopix? What are you talking about, Willis?
João Flopix. What did you think of Portugal's performance overall? I know it was a friendly, I get it, but you probably had some type of expectation. You were talking about a little bit off the air. So go ahead. Say what you told me.
No, I mean what I said was that I understand that it's a friendly, but against teams like these, you can't look at it as friendly, especially a Portugal Spain game. It's like a U.S. against Mexico game. There's no friendlies. U.S. against Mexico. There doesn't need to be
Respectable. Yes, I get it. I respect that. Yes.
The substitutions they kill everything obviously in games like these. Not both teams, they don't want to show their hands, but like I was saying off air, I mean, you look at the Spain team, this team compared to the Spain teams from the last 10 years, and I believe, my opinion, we should beat this team whether it's a friendly or a real game 8 out of 10. My opinion. The team that we have now versus the team that Spain has now, game-wise and so on, we should beat them 8 out of 10 games. So to me, it wasn't what I thought was going to happen. That's my take on it. And there's not much to say, about the game and stuff like that. Like I said, the substitutions kill. The substitutions killed the game. I mean, looking at the starting lineup, I like the starting lineup. Obviously, Font is not going to start with Ruben Dias, the best player in the Premier League. Another flop. Nelson Smith, who I don't believe is going to start in when we get to the Euro. Danilo and Sergio Oliveira. I don't know if that's going to be the starting two right there as well, and then Jota, Felix, and Sanchez. It's okay, but you know me. I'm a big Cristiano Ronaldo and André Silva fan. I think that should be the front two.
The two pairing.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Nelson. What did you think of the game? Nelson, make sure that you unmute yourself because I know you're on mute.
I did. What's up?
I was asking for your feedback. What do you think of the game? He's I think he's walking through the lobby.
Internet.
Yes.
Uh,
We played. Can you hear me now?
yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I mean, we played like crap. I mean, simple as that. We played like crap. Like George said, I don't think this Spain team is anything special. I really don't think they are.
You don't
Man,
think
I'm
that
so
they're
hot.
one of the
I think
favorites to
I need
win
a
the
beer.
Euro?
No, I
You
do
don't
not.
think they're one of the favorites? Okay.
Not even close.
I just don't think they have the players that they used to have. I really don't. I mean, I'm not saying they can't win it because even the players they have now. I just comparing to a team that had Xavi and Iniesta. This is not even close. So
No,
but
that's a fair argument.
I
Dude,
just
just look.
I mean,
Just
I don't.
go on, else. Go. No, I'm just saying. Just look at it. Just look at dude. Just look at the keeper. Me personally, I don't know who the hell this keeper is. The back four. ugh, I'm sorry, maybe I'm ignorant. I don't know who they are either. And then in look, I call me ignorant. In the midfield, Thiago Alcantara, obviously, Sergio Busquets, Ruiz, not familiar with him. I know Saraiva up front. Obviously, I know Murata. And then Torres on the other side. Who's this? Fernando Torres starts with an F too. I don't even know who the hell that is either.
Ferran.
No,
Ferran.
Ferran.
Okay,
Ferran.
fair
And
enough. So now you compare it to Piqué, Ramos, uh, um, um, Alba, who's the one who used to be the left fullback, Daniel Carvalho, whatever his name is from Real Carvajal.
Carvajal. Yeah.
Then you go in the midfield. You have Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets. You go up front. You have Fernando Torres. You have Diego Costa. Come on, you can't even compare. You can't even compare. And then you look at the names, Portugal names. Dude, we have to beat them 8 out of 10 times.
Listen.
My opinion.
Listen. I'll put it to you this way: we have the names. We don't have the team. We probably have
Yeah, that's
the best players, or some of the best players at every position, including the bench, which is crazy. And these guys can put 3 passes together. It's a shame. It's horrible watching them. Like I just couldn't.
Do you think it's because? Do you
Our
think
coach
it's because
sucks.
Do you think it's because we're too good, and we don't know how to?
No,
There's
I
too
think
many
our coach.
choices. Too many choices.
No,
That is
no, I think our coach
typically a problem.
completely stinks.
That's typically
I
is a
agree.
problem.
We
also.
probably do have too many choices, but I do think our. I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that statement. But at the same time, I do think our coach completely stinks. I don't like him. I say thank you for winning the Euro without knowing how. But it's time for you. It's time for you to get the hell out of there. Like you suck.
And the League of
And when
Nations.
you
Forget that.
when you think he leaves, who do you think is going to be the next man up?
Well, we'll talk about that. Calma, espera aí.
Because he's not much better.
We'll get into that. That
And,
one I
and I think-
cared about. This one I could care less.
And I think we go through the same thing with the under 21. I think it's the same thing. The guy's been there for 10 years. It's time for him to go also. Like we have the players, we don't have the coaches, and they can put the proper lineup together. We play scared of every team, which I don't understand. Because with the players we have, we should go in there with a hammer and just hammer everybody. And yeah, it's like we
Well,
play
that's what we
scared all the
did.
time.
That's what we did, except for this.
Tu trabalhas muita construção só para a pensar em martelos. Pá.
Dude, that Rafael Leão substitution, dude.
Calma.
I felt like hitting somebody.
One game at a time. Listen, I think that the problem with tell me if I'm wrong. The way it seems like you guys are analyzing this particular game, the Spain versus Portugal, the friendly, it seemed like how do I even describe this?
Casados contra solteiros?
Well, yes, but the problem is the statistics of the game wasn't even close. Portugal was basically running around like chickens without heads, chasing a ball. Spain did whatever they wanted with the ball. They created a ton of chances. They're lucky that Portugal kind of figured them out, that they were always looking for the top of the box pass, and the rest is history.
I mean, yeah.
So it was
687 passes against 360 passes.
it was
I mean,
embarrassing.
Spain has a shitty forward. Spain has a shitty forward. Morata sucks. I don't give a shit what nobody says. Because if Spain had a real forward, like that guy from Benfica, Cavani, if Spain had a forward like that, like forget it. Portugal tinha apanhado 3 ou 4. Easy.
It's
Crazy.
not looking good, guys. It's not looking good now. Looking into Portugal has a game against Israel coming up. I think Wednesday. Correct, George? Wednesday.
I believe it's Wednesday. Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so we should now. In the defense of Fernand Santos, he did not have Bruno Fernandes for majority of the practice sessions, or any of the players that played at Manchester City for the final. So we'll give him a little break. But going back to what you guys said, with the players that they have, without those guys, they should have still have done a little more. Are you expecting more of what's going to be the starting lineup against Israel?
No, the first thing about Israel is
I was going to say,
who's Israel? Who are we? What team is Israel supposed to
Mimic.
mimic?
Yeah.
Are they supposed to mimic Germany, France, Hungary?
That's
No.
a great question.
Confused.
no,
I'm
That's a
confused.
great question.
Argentina,
Great question.
Argentina, same colors.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I think so. No, because
Same
usually,
colors on the same
usually
colors on the flag.
Usually, the federation, you choose teams that are going to mimic the teams that are in your group stage. Unless they figure out that they already have all those 3 teams, those 3 weak teams figured out, and they're already planning for the next
Round?
phase. I don't know, the next round. I don't know.
I'll be honest with you guys. I think we're really happy in this game. I think the Portuguese team was listening to the new song for the Euro in the locker room, and that shit is such a shitty song that they fell asleep for the entire game.
They had no motivation to play.
Oh my god! Listen, like that kid. I don't even know who the kid is. David Carrero, whatever the hell his name is. That's such a shitty song. Such a shitty song. Like I listened to 5 seconds of it, and I started thinking, man, I'd rather listen to the other song, aquele Eu Quebrei o Meu Telemóvel. I don't know if you guys heard that song before. I'm like, this is it. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So
Well-
maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
All right, go kind of let's preview a little bit of the Euro. What is your expectations, George, going into the Euro? Is it something that we might repeat or not so much?
Do pigs fly?
Boys,
Yes.
Look, we're in the group of death, but I think Portugal does well against big teams than against weaker teams.
Yeah.
So that gives me a little bit of confidence. The problem is that
Since when?
against
Yeah,
Netherlands, against the bigger teams, we've always done much better. We always have more trouble against teams that close their lines than against teams, against the Englands, against the Hollands, against those teams. We always crush them. We always crush them. Against Germany, we lose, but we lose tight, 1-0,
France.
2-1. France, they play with 14 all the time. It's like Porto, so it's you count that. But
we I think we beat France once, which was in 2016. They always broke our hearts in many.
They always
broke our hearts. Spain, same thing. I still remember the semis or quarterfinal game in the World Cup with Spain.
And the semi. And the Euros.
Yeah.
The only team that I can say that we have their number, 2 teams that we have their number, is England. We've had their
In
number.
Holland.
And Netherlands.
In Holland.
And Netherlands.
Yeah,
That's it.
Holland.
That's it. Other than that, I mean, Germany, we beat them once, and that was Carlos Manuel quando marcou gol cá do meio campo.
Não,
which was
foi a
long time.
Conceição que deu 3.
Yeah, but that was already we had already
21 years ago.
we already had passed to the
Yeah,
next stage.
That was different.
Well,
So you know,
I mean, but Nelson, but even when we lose against those teams, we actually play good against them, right? We play good.
I
It's
agree,
not
I
like
agree.
let's look at the Euro that we won, right? You played against Hungary, you stank up the place. You played against
Iceland, right?
Iceland. You know your friends from Iceland. You stank up the place. You don't know how the hell we went to the next group. Who was the other one? The third one?
Austria. Was it in Austria?
No,
I don't remember.
Austria.
it
No,
was
it wasn't Austria.
no.
I don't remember.
It was Austria. It was another weak team. We didn't even know how the hell we went to the next round, and we stank up the place.
Well, but that's the style of Fernand Santos. I mean, listen, I honestly think that the expectation right now, and I mean for everybody, is you get out of the group stage, and that's a success. If you can
Right.
get out of the group stage,
Not for me.
you're not going to get any better. I'm sorry, Nelson. The way they play
think-
which is horrible.
I'll be honest with you. I think we're going to play France in the final again.
Oh, you talking about Luke?
Or you said you needed a beer. I think that you're probably on your second case or something.
I'm just saying, like Portugal is going to finish. Portugal is going to finish second in the group. We're going to play England in the next round. We're going to beat them. Even though by the way, England is a favorite to win this.
There's
You know that, right?
Joyce. You crazy? That's another. Who
You know
the
it-
hell comes up with those odds? England.
England is a favorite to win this. I think we're going to beat
Yeah,
England
okay.
in the next round. I think we're going to play France in the finals. And now, then I think. Listen, I'm picking France to
Germany
win.
wins it again. Germany wins it.
Nelson, I'm
You
going to
are
tell you.
crazy.
I
Germany.
I did the. You could do those like predictions. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
you
so
could do
did
those
I.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did
Yeah.
all bunch of different ones. There's no way that they're going to get to the final. The teams that they have to get through is
Okay.
Belgium. They can't even. They will not beat Belgium
We beat them last time. We beat them.
Listen,
No.
years ago.
Listen,
Not what the
that's
Belgium
another-
is now.
that's another overrated team. They got two players, Lukaku and Kevin De Bruyne.
No.
That's another overrated.
No.
What? Yo,
No.
you crazy?
No.
Vertonghen, the star.
You guys are
Vertonghen.
crazy.
No, dude, they got
Come on,
they got the
guys.
kid
Don't
from
be
Napoli.
silly.
They got the kid from
got
Napoli.
what?
The little kid, number 10.
Martins.
He's freaking off.
Martins. Stop.
He's off the hook. That the kid is off the hook.
They got three good players on their team. Portugal
I don't
has
think so.
22 good players on their team. Belgium is overrated. Listen, guys, Portugal will be.
But like you said, they're a team. We're names.
We are because our coach is afraid to make the key substitutions because George Mendes controla aquela merda toda.
No, that's dude. That excuse is like it's so old already, bro. It has nothing to do with that.
But it's so old, but it's true though. Like, what do you want me to tell you?
No, I don't.
It
think
might
so,
be an
man.
old excuse, but stop. I mean,
Dude, I
There's
don't
guys-
think so. I think. Look, I think he just has way too many players to choose from. He can't get the right. He can't get the right 11. I think I'm gonna tell you something else. I'll tell you something else. I know I'm gonna get more pushback from it. He can't take Ronaldo off the starting 11. Ronaldo's not a starting 11 player anymore most of the games. Okay,
Right.
that's what it is, man.
I'll push back like this. Lembras do Nuno Gomes?
Yeah.
Pá, esse grande goleador.
Ok. O Nuno Gomes era uma menina, né? O Nuno Gomes era uma menina. Mas sabes uma coisa? Pelo menos era uma menina que marcou gols mais importantes na seleção com esta menina agora que passa o tempo todo a mexer no cabelo. O João Félix toca mais no cabelo do que
You're
toca no caralho da
comparing
bola.
you're comparing a 20-year-old kid, bro, to like a guy that
Oh, here we go.
that was. Here we go, what, bro? I don't understand. He's 20 years
How old
old.
is Mbappe? Uh, uh,
Oh my
how old
god.
is Mbappe?
When did Mbappe start
How old is
playing
Haaland?
when did Mbappe start playing in the first team?
All I'm telling you, George.
How many years does he have in the first team of a first division team?
Monaco, PSG, at least 3 or 4.
3 or 4. You must be out of your damn mind. He has more
How
than
many
3 or
years?
4. He's been in Paris Saint-Germain for 3 years already. He played at Monaco for he played at Monaco like 2 years.
1
Hey,
year.
He's 20 years old.
1 year.
He's 21 years old, bro.
Hey Nelson, do you
Yeah,
believe
1 year.
do you believe that statement? Portugal is more of a team without Ronaldo.
Yes.
Is
and no.
Argentina is Argentina more of a team without Messi?
That's a good argument.
Here's the thing. I'll answer that. So here's the thing. Listen, I agree. Ronaldo, dá para ver nos jogos. Like, a cabeça quer fazer uma coisa, mas as pernas já não fazem igual. You know what I mean? You can see that in the games. Mas ao mesmo tempo, é daqueles gajos que podem resolver um jogo a qualquer minuto.
1 minute to the other.
E
Right?
Portugal não tem mais ninguém assim. Portugal para marcar um golo tem que pedir ajuda a 500 pessoas, oh caralho.
Oh Nelson, o João Flopix não vai resolver.
Listen, Bruno. The guy. Listen, I'm not saying he's not going to become a good player one day. Right now, he's not a good player. He's not a good player. O André Silva estar no banco é uma vergonha. I mean,
I said that.
Sempre gostei do André Silva.
He has great chemistry with Ronaldo.
Não quero que digam que eu estou a falar isso. E eu não quero que o pessoal diga que eu estou assim por causa de serem jogadores do Benfica. Porque o Jorge sabe que pela seleção eu sou fanático. Eu sou fanático pela seleção. Tenho autógrafo do Ruben Amorim quando jogava no Benfica, quando esteve aqui nos Estados Unidos. I'm crazy for the national team. I'm crazy. E seja o jogador que estiver a jogar, seja o João Félix, seja o Cancelo, seja o jogador do One da Inglaterra, seja quem for, I'm going to root for them. You know what I mean?
E o Banqueiro de Munique? O Banqueiro de Munique também és fã?
O Banqueiro de Munique, coitado, agora está na França. Entende? Listen, when he scored against Poland, I guarantee you I probably jumped more than anybody else. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't tell Renato Sanchez when he scored against Poland. So don't tell me that I'm like this or I say this about because of where they came from. You know, it's not that. Eu acho que o João Félix neste momento não devia ser titular. Mas ao mesmo tempo também acho que o Guerreiro.
I'm Benfiquista. I don't think he should be in the starting 11.
E também não acho que o Guerreiro devia estar no starting 11.
I don't think he should be in the starting 11.
Eu sei que o Puto tem 18 anos, mas para mim o Nuno Mendes jogava em vez do Guerreiro.
I'm gonna say something. Watching this game against Spain, the only thing I can say, and it's not because he plays for my club, but if Pep goes down with an injury, I might. It's gonna be a problem.
Oh no! Listen, Ruben Diaz and Pep cannot go down. One of those two goes down, we in big trouble.
Here's another question.
Let's go over that real quick.
Go ahead, dale.
Let's do it.
You go first.
Okay, então. No, give the options and we each.
The goalkeeper.
We still got to go with Rui Patricio. You know.
Patricio.
Okay, so I think unanimously it's going to be Rui Patricio for all three. All right, right back. Who would you have, Nelson?
Who did he call up? I know he called Semedo
and Cancelo.
I will go Cancelo.
George?
I like Cancelo, but Cancelo gets a little bit lost going up the wing. Coming back is an issue. So you either have to, if you're gonna start him at If you're gonna start him at right back, you need to have a right midfielder that can cover. If not, you have to go with Smith. So you can't have a right midfielder that's an attacking like a really attacking midfielder, because then we're gonna get in trouble. Then we're gonna lose the right spot. If you want more balance, I would put Smith, but I like Cancelo a lot.
I'm gonna say that Cancelo has to start. I think he's in better form than Smith. Smith, I don't even think
Cancelo.
I don't think should have been called up, but that's just my opinion. All right, 2 center backs. I'm assuming we all agree. Pep and Ruben Diaz.
Yep,
Of course.
Okay. Left back, Guerreiro, or do you have somebody else?
I would start the kid. I would start the Mendes.
Núñez. Okay. Fair enough. Center defensive mid. Now that's the big question. That's probably the most interesting player, and the biggest debate. Who is it going to be, Nelson? Who's yours? Center defensive mid.
Listen, at this moment, you will be Palhinha. I think
Fair. No, I mean you have
I think the guy had
a
a great
legit
season.
argument. You have a legit argument. George, same thing, same question.
I like Palhinha a lot too.
I think he had speed versus Danilo or Williams, so I'm not against that move either. And again, guy in best form. Out of all the players that you just named for that position, he's the one that has the most minutes. Danilo didn't play nearly as much as him, and neither did William Carvalho. First of all, a lot of
I just think it's a speed. There's no speed there with either of those two.
No, there's not. So okay,
and he's I think he's taller. He's more. Tem mais habilidade com a bola. Tem mais habilidade com a bola. He still has the very aggressive, much more aggressive than I mean. To me, it's like one of those things. Like there shouldn't even be an argument. I don't think there should even be an argument.
I'm not
going to start.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
But
all right.
I'm saying I'm not even saying about us. I'm saying the coach. There shouldn't even be an argument or like a indecisiveness about who do I start in that spot. My opinion. And again, I'm Benfiquista, so So.
Well, I'm already starting to see people, asking, that. Oh, how does Danilo not start and all that? But
because he sucks.
He's too slow. I'm sorry.
He sucks.
He's too slow. He's just too slow at the moment.
That's how it is. He's slow.
So, but again, I respect that guys like Danilo, they like him for a specific reason. He's not better than Palhinha right now. That's the difference. Like Danilo of 2 years ago is not the Danilo.
And that's my point.
We're talking about now. We're talking now.
That's the reality.
That's what we're talking about.
That's the reality. The Danilo of 2 years ago, 3 years ago is not the same Danilo as now. All right. Now, here's the big question, because we have to have a center defensive mid. Now, do you guys go 4-4-2? Do you guys go 4-2-3-1? Do you guys go 4-3-3? What would you like?
Oh, man. And that's the problem, because now we get into the mess where we have tons of players. I'll be honest with you. I don't like seeing Ronaldo try to be in the wings at all. I probably would leave him. I don't know. Like, no. I would go 4-4-2.
I would go 4-4-2.
Okay. So now you're talking about 4-4-2 diamond or 4-4-2 flat, because if you're doing 4-4-2 flat, then it's going to have to be a different number 10, maybe, if that's what your preference is.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like because up front, if
you want balance to the team, and that's usually when teams like Portugal, like with the players that we have, that's when teams usually get into a lot of trouble. It's when we lose balance in the midfield, right? When we lose balance in the midfield and we try to play with 7 or 8 attacking players, then remember, we're not playing against Austria, we're not playing against Iceland, we're not playing against any of those Mickey Mouse teams. We're playing against well coached and very good teams. In the counter, if we're out of position in the counter, we're going to get killed. Whether it's against France, against Germany, even Hungary. Hungary in 2016, they killed us on the counter. We tied 3-3 and by luck, that's the game that put us through to the next round because of the tie. So I think we need balance in the midfield. So to me, it would be a straight 4-4-2.
And who would you have playing next to the Palhinha in your midfield?
I mean, so you would put the defensive midfielder, and then you would put a more attacking midfielder.
Yeah, more.
So I would put Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes, Nelson.
It would have to be him. Would have to be Bruno Fernandes.
Okay, no, fair. I mean, it's a fair argument. I mean, if you guys are gonna go 4-4-2, I can see that. I would probably do more of a 4-4-2, but in a diamond situation where Palhinha's behind and you got two true center mids. One would have to be Bruno Fernandes. One would have to be, you know what? It would have to probably be. I wouldn't
Bernardo.
mind seeing. No, Bernardo is the 10. So there would have to be another guy there.
Sergio could play there, right?
Sergio Oliveira could play there, yes.
You got the aggressiveness in the middle still. You got the agility.
He has played that position in the past, so I can see that. You could even gamble with Bot, but well, we're gonna get to that in a little bit about Bot.
I don't think Bot's a starting 11 player.
I don't think you're right. Correct. I don't think Bot is a guy that's even gonna get any minutes in this Euro, but we're gonna get that we're gonna get to that in a second. My 10 is without a doubt Bernard Silva in the middle, not on the outside. He's not a winger to me. He's a 10. A pure playmaker. Now, obviously, you guys would like a 2-striker formation. It seemed like both of you guys were wanting Andres Silva paired up with Ronaldo. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so there's your starting lineup, guys. I mean that
frees up Andres Silva, frees up Ronaldo. Ronaldo could come in whichever way he wants. He could come in next to him. He could come in from the left side, and he could do a million and one things.
You can do it. There's a lot of different options. The problem is, and I said this before when we saw the call-up list, there's not enough width on this team. We were kind of talking about it.
And then you take him out and you put Jota in.
That's fair. That's fair. That's beyond fair. But I don't think. Go ahead, Nelson.
I was gonna say, listen, I hate to say this because he's been one of my heroes for a long time, but I do, in my personal opinion, if Ronaldo doesn't show up, you're gonna have to bench him. I don't think it will happen. I don't think it will ever happen.
He has no balls to do that.
I don't think it would ever happen, but I mean, I think it's really coming to that point. I think watching the Spain game, there was one play, there was a cross, and Ronaldo from 2 years. Here's what scares me, which is so crazy. Like Ronaldo from 2 years ago is completely different than Ronaldo from today. His legs in 2 years have just gone downhill. I mean, the guy's still great physical shape. On appearance,
he just ran. I think the last game that Juventus played. They said he ran from his one box to the other box in the fastest speed in the whole.
No, that was a Portugal
Italian league. Was it, or was it?
Yeah,
I thought it was
a Portugal game.
Was the Portugal game?
No, Portugal versus Spain.
Okay. So he's got the legs. To me, it's a matter of who he plays with.
No.
I think that's the problem.
He does. He just doesn't have eu já não para a bola como parava antigamente. His dribbling skills, which were never great, are completely fucking gone. He can't dribble anybody anymore. Já não tem velocidade, já não tem aqueles arrancos para passar pelos gajos. He just doesn't. And if people don't see that,
you put him back in the Real Madrid team playing with Benzema, and he'll score another 30 to 40 goals a season.
Listen,
I would agree
and I
with
just
that.
said that.
You would what?
And I just
I
said
would agree with that.
And I just said it, se a gente está empatado, se a gente está a perder 1-0, you got to keep him because he can change the game on the spot. But if we down 2-0 or whatever, you're not coming back to them. I'm telling like, listen, the guy. I hate to say it, but his career is coming to an end very, very fast. And if we don't see that, like we just blind. Like, and I hate to say it, he scored 29 goals this year.
He's
He scored
36 years
29
old.
goals
Man.
in Italy this year.
Nacho.
That's what I mean.
Father time doesn't não perdoa.
And that's it. Father time
but
does not.
See, you 5 years ago, Nelson,
But,
you would have drank that beer already like 5 minutes ago, and now you're struggling to put it down.
That's his fifth one
yeah,
of the show.
it's also number 18 for it's also number 18 for today. So I'm like a little,
The 18th of the day and the
So-
fifth one for the show.
So yeah, exactly. So
I don't know.
All
man.
right.
Let's see.
Let's-
Let's hope.
Let's move on to the Euro U21 final. I'll just read the lineup for the final. We can go into other games, but the final was Diogo Costa in goal, Diogo Dalot right back, Diogo Queiroz, Diogo Leite, and Abdu, the left back, Florentino Luiz, the center defensive mid, Vitinho, Daniel Bragança, and Fabio Vieira, Dani Mota, and Tete, not Tetas, Tete or Nelson. No te confundas. For the two strikers. I have a lot to say about this game, and I'm going to start off with the press conference the day before. So when your head coach comes to the press conference and says he doesn't like the statement that finals are not to win, or he doesn't like when people say that the finals are to win.
Finals
that's
are not to be played. They're to win, to be won.
Right. He doesn't like that statement. I'm sorry. That's it. You lost your team right there. And they had a good start in this game, but they were outplayed,
Massacre.
outcoached. Germany was way more physical. I don't remember any play that Portugal won on a 50-50 header. I think they
No.
lost the majority of them. Germany, their team is a solid team. Will they have a team where you're going to see some players that are going to be playing on the main team, on the national team in a couple of years? Perhaps, maybe in 3-4 years from now. Perhaps, maybe.
The striker.
A couple of guys, possibly.
Baku.
The right back.
What a beast! What a beast!
He was very good. He was very good. But this is not the Germany teams of old where they were beyond dominant. Now you look at the Portugal national team. If they can't win the Euro with this team, then you got to start looking elsewhere, because this was the team to win it. And I will say that, and I started saying that earlier, but not on this team hurt the U21s, and he will be in no service to the A team. So you took out a fundamental player, and he was needed for this game. The loss of Trincão was gigantic, and you could see that game, the loss against Spain, and against Italy, and against Germany. And then there was another player. So there was
Neto that got hurt.
Oh, Pedro Neto. That's another guy.
You got Felix that could have played.
He could have, but he would have never been called to this team. And then the last guy was Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes is the starting left back for this team, and he's not here. And Abdu got destroyed in this game. Ó, tá assim, ó. Ele tá assim, ó. Tá a ouvir, ó, Jorge? Ficou assim no fim do jogo.
That right side. Baku,
they attacked only him. They didn't even bother with the law. They did not bother with the law. They've attacked Abdu, and they kept on going at him, and he had no answer. No answer. And then there comes the coaching. I have a major problem that you have a starting lineup, a consistent starting lineup to get you to the final. Why are you going to change the starting lineup pretty drastically for the final? Now, what I mean by drastically is it wasn't the back line. That wasn't really it. It started with Florentino. Not saying that he's a bad player because that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the way the team was chemistry-wise, it was probably more beneficial to have Bragança playing there versus Florentino. Florentino came in well in every game up until the final. Why would you change the chemistry? I don't understand. Vitinha, did he have a bad game? Absolutely. I will tell you why he had a bad game. Because Germany didn't let him play. They forced him to go sideways and backwards, never forward. Fabio Vieira, for the first half, he was not around. It was because they wouldn't let him play. And then I don't understand why he took out Danny Mota. Danny Mota, out of all the strikers that you had that was competing against those huge center backs, he was the only one who was giving him some type of problem. And you take him off? You take him off at halftime?
Maybe mess up a cylinder. No, Namota.
Dude,
Listen,
I don't get, and then I don't get how you put Lyon in. Lyon, you're playing with freaking 9 with him there. It's I would have after 5 minutes I would have taken him out and put another play in. And again, not because he's Benfica. Gonçalo Ramos, every time he gets in, he scores.
They show up.
Why do you only put him in like 5 minutes left in the game?
Oh, dude, don't start with that. That's another one. That was your best
I'm gonna
finisher.
go again like in 20 minutes.
Okay.
Well,
Blažović.
my thing is, listen, a nossa defesa, here's my take on it. Nossa defesa sucked big time. We sucked against
Spain,
Italy. We sucked against Spain. We don't even know how we won that game. We sucked against Italy, 5-3. Like, I mean, aquele último gol, meu Deus, whatever. Defensive wise, we sucked. The subs, I didn't get any of the subs. O Gonçalo Ramos entrar ao minuto 88 or whatever the fuck minuto foi.
85.
Já parecia o JJ.
Não. Seu Conceição, pá.
E outra coisa, será que a gente não tem um treinador que diga a estes caralhos quando chegam ao pé da área para rematar a baliza? Chegavam ali ao pé da área, tentavam fintar, tentavam passar, tentavam fintar, tentavam passar. Ninguém remata. Eu sempre, não interessa se o remate vai para as nuvens, vai para outro estado. You gotta shoot.
You make the but not only that, you make the defense step up. So then you have more space to put the through balls and stuff like that. If they know that all you're gonna do is try to dribble inside the box, then half of the battle is won for them.
That's what I'm saying. O Vitinha no final da primeira parte,
he could have. Yeah, he could have. It was a bad decision.
I'm like, what the hell are these guys doing? E depois a Alemanha. E a Alemanha, Bruno, sempre que a Alemanha chegava lá acima, rematava de qualquer jeito. Tinha aquele preto lá do lado esquerdo, do lado direito deles.
Baku.
Os gajos rematavam de todo o lado, man. They kept shooting. Na segunda parte, houve lá uma parte from like the 65th minute until like the 85th minute, que a gente estava sempre no meio campo deles. Só que a gente estava no meio campo deles com 0 remates. Os gajos apanhavam a bola, já estavam a rematar, quase a marcar gol. Like, it was crazy.
Listen,
I couldn't take it anymore. It was like so horrible. You can't win games if you don't shoot, man.
No, I'm not going to disagree with you at all. This one was very hard to swallow because this was the team they should have destroyed this tournament. This shouldn't even been close, and unfortunately that's what it was.
And then I just saw the David just comment, and then that Jetson substitution at the 88th minute. What the hell was that for? I don't get it, dude. I don't get it
either. I'm sorry, I don't get it either. I mean, I'm looking at look at where these two center backs play. One plays for Union Berlin, the other one plays for Arminia Bielefeld. You know, I'm sorry, guys. This was very, very poor planning by Rui Jorge, and you know maybe Nelson is onto something when he says, you know, you've been there for 10 years. I think it's time for you to go.
I just
Do a
think,
package.
I just think Portugal just gets scared against these big name countries, and they have no
Não,
confidence in their
I,
skill.
Jorge,
I I disagree.
Jorge,
I Go ahead, because
we
I
scored
want to
five against
interject.
Italy. No, we just suck. We scored five against Italy, and we could have lost that game. Spain dominated us. Germany dominated us. It's time to do a package, put a package together. If okay, Rui Jorge e Fernando Santos vão os dois para o caralho, para puta, whatever. Get the fuck out of there. Honestly, chega. Já chega.
I'm gonna George. I'm gonna give you my take on that with the Rui Jorge. He really he really messed this up, and Portugal wasn't scared of Germany. Germany just outplayed them. They wanted it more. Portugal thought that the final was against Spain. That's the problem. They thought that we beat the hardest team in the tournament. Supposedly was Spain, and they were loaded. They had a very good team, but you go into and you play half-ass against Germany. Leon seemed like he didn't even want to be there. He was already
He
thinking
didn't even want to be there. He was thinking about the 16 million EOS Sporting.
I don't know what he was thinking. Where he's going to go on vacation. If as transfers estão um bocadito not uneven.
Mais apertadas,
I don't know what maybe Nelson invited him for a couple of beers and he was a little late. I don't know. The bottom line is he was a non-factor in this game, complete non-factor.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Crazy.
Não percebo.
Crazy.
I'm hearing crazy sounds.
Isso é o Jorge está a lavar a louça.
Não, ainda
Sound
não.
like
Mais daqui a bocado. No, I think that game just pissed me off, dude. I just got so pissed off, so aggravated that it's.
we use the heartbreaks, man.
He puts
Like,
Jota as a striker. Why you have Gonzalo Ramos on the bench? You need a goal to score to tie the game, and you put Jota as a striker when your best striker is on the bench. I don't know what kind of course these coaches are taking. I don't know who teaches them or coaches them, or I don't know what. I'm confused, man. I'm confused.
Crazy.
David Pereira says here, Antonio Folha should be their coach. Has the idea of the game for these athletes. Maybe. I don't know how these guys would think about it. George, what do you think of Antonio Folha as a possible replacement for Rui Jorge?
His experience in the Porto youth teams.
He does, and with a lot of these players. With a lot of these players. So,
and I like the attitude that naturally comes with players from Porto, the aggressiveness. So I like him. Yeah, I mean, you have Luis Castro and stuff like that, but you're not gonna be able to get one of those coaches to coach another 21 team. So you would have to get somebody like.
Luis Castro might take that job if he was offered. I could see him taking it.
He probably pays good. That job probably pays good, actually.
Oh yeah.
What about a Nivo or a Pepa?
No, they're more on a daily basis. I don't see them. Luis Castro, which would probably be more daily, he would want more daily. But if it was offered, I would not be surprised if he took it because and that would have been an excellent candidate, by the way. That's a really good name. That's a really good name.
What about like these are young kids we're talking about, right? So some of them are still learning how to speak Portuguese and stuff. What about JJ? You can teach them Portuguese and the game.
No, why don't you sell Ruben Amorim there? I think that would be good.
Yeah. Why
I
not?
think
We're
Por-
gonna leave.
I think Porto and Benfica will pay his salary and over there at the under 21. I think that would be an awesome choice.
Deixa o Ruben Amorim que ele está bem. Deixa ele quietinho.
Yeah, e a Federação Portuguesa pode pagar a cláusula de rescisão de 30 milhões do dinheiro que ainda devem ao Boa Vista e levam para o Under 21.
No, leave him there. He's doing fine there. Ele está bem.
I honestly, I was so disappointed on how they played, and they had no solutions. And
Horrible.
o Ruiz Jorge looked lost.
Look fat.
Lost.
Está gordo para caralho.
Yes.
Epá, é o bacalhau, pá. O bacalhau agora esquece.
Okay, what about A team? Who we putting there?
As the 8, well, you know that Ruiz Jorge is going to be taking over.
Yep.
What, the A team?
You are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I said before. That's a substitute. He's done. That's the natural substitution.
Quer escrever no papelinho?
Unless Mourinho gets knocked out of home again,
No.
and his last job will be the national team. He's already going to be 60 years old.
Nada mudava. Continuávamos a jogar a defesa.
You can forget it. Not happening,
Mourinho-
brother.
Mourinho as the head coach and JJ as the assistant.
You can forget it. Not happening, bro. Nope. No Mourinho, no none of those guys. They ain't ever taken it. Not
think
now.
so?
10 more years for Mourinho. Oh, he's only 50.
What are you out of your damn mind, dude? He's getting to 60 now. You crazy?
Is he?
Oh yeah.
The time flies. I still don't see it happening though. Esquece. It's not happening.
I don't know.
Take it out of your head, bro.
It's going to be a disaster tomorrow.
Take it out of your head. Not gonna happen. I don't know who else they might get. I would not be surprised if they get a foreign coach.
I would go to Real Madrid and get Raul Gonzalez as the under 21 team coach.
Raul do Real?
He's the La Castilla, the Real Madrid youth team coach.
I wouldn't get him.
For what? For the A team?
No, for the
Pizza.
U21.
Oh, what about? I like that. I like that guy. I like the Japanese guy, Hiroko Mata. He's really good, dude.
Oh my god.
Mourinho's 58. Yeah, when he's like 70 something is when he'll think about the national team.
Yeah, you crazy.
Tu vais ver.
He wants to bankrupt a couple more teams with the to pay him out for him
You
to
gotta
walk
pay
away.
him more. Hey, listen, I don't hate on that. You know, you gotta make your living somehow. I who am I to judge? He wants to bankrupt a couple of more teams, so do it.
I'm gonna.
How
I
about
got-
a Bell from Palmeiras?
Oh, put him on those.
Oh no. Oh.
Under 21 coach?
No, he won't take that.
You won't take that. You crazy? Come on.
Nah, he won't take it. He won't. He's too young.
Once these guys
too
coach
young.
big teams, they don't want to do that. They don't want to go back there. They just don't want.
Actually, Nelson, to be honest with you, a lot of these guys, depending on how much he makes, because if he's making, because the Ruiz Jorge is making good money, huh?
Oh, I'm sure.
He's making more than three of us combined, and you make a lot of money.
I'm sure. Gordo para caralho como ele tá, tem que fazer dinheiro para comer do jeito que ele come.
Mark Silva, someone's writing here. Mark Silva, no,
No,
Mark
never
Silva
take
won't
it.
take that. Even though his market in England is done. Tá muito complicado.
Bruno Lage vai para o Wolverhampton.
You know what I would get? You know what
That
I
would
would
have been
get?
a good U21 guy. Bruno
You know what I
Lage.
would get? You know
I would've been
what
okay
I would
with
get? You know who I would get? A coach that probably now you can use a national team coaching spot, but way too expensive. But it would do really well with like a Portuguese under 21 team. Bielsa from Leeds United.
Não pode ser isso.
Ih.
Eu vou explicar a
He,
forma.
what do you mean he? The guy with the kids, Bruno?
No, I know that it's the money. The money that
The
he
money,
would
that's what,
require.
exactly.
Eu vou
But-
explicar uma coisa para vocês. This is all young kids. This is all young kids. O que faz falta ali é uma gaja, uma técnica de 20 e poucos anos, com outras gajas como ajudantes, aquilo do locker room ser um grande bacanal lá no locker room. And these guys will play with heart for the coach. You know what I mean? Porque se o coach disser, no final do jogo já sabes, a gente vai ali para trás, bem. I'm telling you, you'll see these guys play.
I don't agree with that. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay? Because we had that issue over here. We had that issue over here in the United States at the hotel. And put him for Brazil to the roads, man. Put him to the roads para lá.
Oh, boy.
But they stayed behind. They stayed
That's
behind.
it.
I'm just saying, they stayed behind. They weren't in the bench. Tem que estar no banco. Para
I
motivar.
think that was fine. But
Hey, guys.
they were really. Hey, I heard stories. There's certain players didn't play in friendlies because they were too busy in the hotel.
You Short Hills?
Huh?
You Short Hills?
I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, eu
Tá.
tenho. I have a power outage over here. I got to call Con Ed. No, for real. No, dude, look, I'm telling you, I'm look.
I see a lot of lights there.
I know, but we lost one of the phases. So like we lost a bunch of circuits, and Con Ed just sent a message saying, "Oh no, it's not our problem." And I'm like, "It is your problem." So I got to call these guys.
Okay. If you got to do, you got to do your thing. Here's
Yeah.
another name right here. How about Mario Silva?
Who's
Interesting.
that? Who's Mario Silva?
Right, still.
The one that won the Euro, the Youth League with Porto.
Oh.
Bro, never heard of him. Listen,
Vale Gala Con Ed.
I really gotta- I gotta go. We'll talk, all right, guys? Like, thank you,
All right.
thank you. All right.
Thanks,
We'll
Milton.
talk.
We'll be
All right.
talking soon.
Eu acho,
Yeah.
eu acho que tu é que vais para eu acho que tu é que vais para o bacanal agora e estás aí a usar o Caneiro como desculpa.
No, tem que ligar para o Canada, é uma emergência. All right, guys. Thank you. I appreciate
All
it.
Later,
No
bye.
Good night, bye.
We'll talk. So that I don't know. That's looking a little rough there. It's looking a little rough.
Yeah, these
What do you
names are crazy.
There's a
No, I don't like
lot of
Nuno Espírito Santo, crazy. Mark Silva, crazy. Folha, I like Folha. Folha will be okay.
Mario Silva. I think would be good. Mark Silva would not take it. Nuno Espírito Santo would not take it.
Yeah, I
Selecionador?
don't think so.
No way.
No, I
No
don't
way.
think so. Don't think so.
No way.
Sérgio Conceição. Who's that? Who is that? Nancy? Who's that?
That is Nancy.
That is Nancy. Sérgio Conceição.
She's just talking smack right now. She doesn't really mean that. I mean, I would think. Luis Vidigal. That's actually a good one. He said you score 1-0 and then all you do is just
Yuptit.
But he wouldn't. I don't think he would leave Poland.
For a national team? No. No, the problem is why would we want him to go there? But wouldn't he leave for an under 21 national team? We crazy?
Dude, he would definitely be making more than Bolognese.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's a cush job, man. The U21s, all you got to do is qualify. That's their goal, is to qualify for the Olympics and try to go as far and qualify for all the tournaments, and then you're good. That's it. No precisas mais.
Oh yeah.
Clearly, after his statement, I don't know if I was the federation president, and after this
Fire the
result,
next day.
no, and after this result, I think that's what you would have to do. Oh, don't come back here. You come out and you say that, and then you play that dismal. Oh, blah. melhor romper o contrato, vai a tua vida, and good luck. Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
Come on, man.
No,
You
man.
can't say that. George, you can't say that. As a motivation, you could never say that. Never say that. Never say that. I don't care if the players might have not heard it, might have not read it, but we don't know that. I'm pretty sure that they read it though.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
How do you not read that?
It's crazy.
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. But it is what it is. Let's look at some other things, George. There is some rumors. Any rumors with Benfica? Who's leaving? Who's coming? Is
I think we
Cavani
just-
coming back 2.0?
No, I think Pedrinho's out. We sold him for 50 million to Shakhtar Donetsk.
15 million.
50 million.
I
Reais.
read.
Reais.
Okay. Tá bom.
No, they're saying he went for what we bought him for.
So
then there's
you didn't lose money.
you know how those negócios are.
Yeah.
At the Banco Portugal. I think so. It's that. Then I read today that Gabriel is on his way out also for Benfica.
To where?
There's teams in. The last one that I read was not Nottingham Forest, but there's teams from all over the place. Like there's 3 teams, not 3 teams from 3 leagues: Spanish, English Premier, and Italian. And then I read that Gabriel Gilberto, my Manafa, is on his way also back to Brazil.
Back to Brazil?
Back to Brazil. Where else do you want him to go? Nils?
Era bom ajudar o Petit for next season.
So I think we're getting rid of a lot of players. A lot of players. Yeah. So, but nothing as far as buying. Buying. What's that kid's name? The Matic 2.0 wannabe, the guy that plays in France. Kid actually looks good.
I don't know who it is.
I think he plays for Bordeaux, I believe. Tall kid, like 1 meter, 1.9, 1.90, like 24 years old. So they're trying to get him as the number 9 in case they can't get the guy from Braga, Musarati, whatever his name is.
Oh, Musrati.
Musrati. But there's not a lot of stuff yet. I mean, it's still early. Not a lot of not as many rumors as with Porto.
No, well, yeah. I mean, we all know the Red Press is trying to sell our entire team. That's just the normal. These last 2 seasons is everybody wants our players
and the coaches.
The coach. Yeah, I mean, what I tell you on our last show, I told you that Sergio Conceição was going to renew. I already knew. And I said it for 3 years. I was the only one that said it. Everyone's saying 2+1, 1 year, not coming. He signed with Napoli. He signed with AC Milan. He's going to go to Lazio. I already knew that he was going to be re-signing. It was already done. All you had to do was put pen and paper. That's all. But
I know. Let's see. I think it was a good choice for Porto.
My question now, George, is if he's going to stay the rest of his contract. I don't think he will. I don't think he's going to get through his first year of his contract, to be honest.
I don't know about that.
I don't. That's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that he's going to get fired or anything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I just don't think he's going to get through his first year of his contract for whatever reason. I just have that feeling.
You think he's got an out if a big team comes for him?
I think he's going to quit. I think things are going to go wrong, and he's going to quit. That's just my opinion. So. That's just my opinion. He's gonna get frustrated. Things are not gonna go his way. I mean, he's gonna get the pick of the litter of all the players that he wants. And if you look back and you listen to the Dragon Blood podcast, we did the calculation, 64 million in flops in 4 years. Majority of the players were picked by him. So I would be very worried about that. If I was Porto, I would not want to be buying giving them the keys and the checkbook to go on a spending spree. I just wouldn't do it. But I saw today Alex Telles is going to come back on loan. I don't believe that for 1 second. I just don't see that happening. There is a little bit of confusion with Vitinha, but Vitinha sold. He sold. People. Because there was some type of report that Wolves released all the players with contract next year. Remember, it's not July 1st. It's he's not on the. It's not July 1st. July 1st is the new year. So this was a release of names that they have currently on the roster. Remember, he's still on loan. So I unfortunately we lost him. There's talks about Moutinho coming back. I don't see that happening. Or actually, I do. But if we're gonna sell Sergio Oliveira to go to Fiorentina for 20 million and get back Moutinho, I don't think it's a good swap. And if Sergio Oliveira wanted to continue his career as a coach or something like that, he's better off staying. I don't think him going to Fiorentina helps him in any way, unless the rumor is true. It's $3.5 million clean that he's going to be making. If it's $3.5 million clean, then you got to take it.
Exactly. That's why they're leaving.
And $20 million for a 29-year-old. Let's go. Yeah. I would be happy. Has Uribe hit the wall? No, absolutely not, David. He did not hit a wall. He was getting better as the season went on. He was the one that was carrying the team basically on his back for the last third of the season. So I don't agree with that at all. What's Oliveira making now? He's probably making $2 million clean.
$2 million clean. You're crazy. You're crazy.
He's one of the best paid players.
Foolish.
$2 million clean. Him, Corona. I don't know how much. Pepe's got to be up there, 2.5. Uribe's making about $1 million, $1.5 million. And then everybody else is flirting with a couple of $100,000 to $1 million. That's about it. I don't see anybody else. I'd like to see if we could get rid of Loom. You heard it here, George. First, Dani Mota from the U21 has been offered to all big three. Not one of the big three want to buy him. They all want him for option to buy. Loan, option to buy. You heard it here first, huh? I'll show you offline.
Funny.
I'll show you offline.
What else we got to cover?
Anyone leaving some Sporting?
No, I think João Mario's coming back.
He is.
Looks like today was the big meeting they had. He's gonna come for a little bit less than $8 million.
Little less than $8 million.
Mm-hmm.
Sporting's gonna buy him back for $8 million. I'm really liking Sporting's moves right now. They're buying all these older players for all this money. That's good. That's good.
Hey, you gotta keep him. You gotta keep as much as that team as possible.
Juicebox is saying loans. The kid that scored for Germany is linked to Sporting. Yeah, I read that.
Muniz, whatever. That's
he's
a good guy.
From Anderlecht.
Yeah, he's good. He's a big, bulky forward. Traditional number 9.
Speaking of big, bulky forwards, I mean, Beto is still linked to Porto, but I don't think, George, we're going to see a lot of movement transfer wise until the Euro is over,
Yeah, I
or
think so,
when
too.
it's
When the money starts circling around.
July 1st. Yeah, after the new year, everyone's kind of on vacation. I'm a little concerned, Porto wise. I'm a little concerned that I saw the press conference with Sergio Conceição, and they're like, "Oh, we haven't even talked about players." I'm like, "Dude, what do you mean you haven't talked about players for next year? This is
Yeah,
already June
that's
something,
all.
man."
That's all
Huh?
BS. That's all BS.
I believe it because Porto waits till the last minute to buy players anyway. I would. I don't understand what's going on. I like to get Goodwich back. We can get him back. It'd be good.
Who's this? Manchester City offering him and a Venezuelan kid. Offering him who?
Oh, the one that you said,
The German,
Nemet.
the German
Nemet.
kid.
Yeah,
So he's a Manchester City player.
yeah. I think he was on loan to.
So the kid, that kid scored in the under 19 finals, last finals for England, and now scored for the under 21 for Germany. He scored in the last two finals for two different teams.
Well, Portugal could have been the first team ever to win the U17, U19, and U21 with the same team practically.
No, but how, my thing is how you allow these players after they play a final, they scored in the final,
I get
and
it.
then they say, you know what? I already played for England. How about me playing for Germany now for the under 21s?
Well, how about this? He has until I don't know what his origin is, but let's say his origin is Nigerian. Okay, he can make a decision if he wants to play for Nigeria. Then for the
That's crazy.
senior squad, he can do it. You can do that, and apparently you can change as many, like what you're saying. He played for England. He played for Germany. You can do that as many times you want until you figure out which country you want to represent at the senior level.
I thought under 21 was the last thing. Yeah, that was the limit. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Pretty sure.
All right, so let me look at here. Braga sold Battaglia for 3.5, receives Gaio pass, and Jefferson on loan. Of Sporting buyback is Gaio for 4 to 5 million. It's an amazing deal for Braga. Agreed.
Yeah.
Steven M. Martins, yearly salary for Sergio Oliveira, 468,000. I think that's incorrect.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
Also for Sporting's Marcus Edwards and his guy are apparently closer to done deal. Marcus
yeah. Marcus Edwards, I don't know.
Dude, after Marcus Edwards' year, I don't know if you would really want him. He had a terrible year at Gimenez this year. It was like a 1-year wonder thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want him. Take him. It sounds like a good deal for Sporting. So let's see, 4.5 million for a 29-year-old in Gaio, 20 million for a 29-year-old in Paulinho. They sank 18 million. They sank in 18 million in Amorim, George. Is that right?
Yeah, with all the fines and stuff, it's like 18 million.
Good, isso é bom. Mais algum? Mais algum milhão aí? Oh, and 8 million for João Mário, huh?
Yep.
Tá bom?
Yep.
I me like. Dale. Força.
Enquanto houver VMOX, está tudo sob controle.
Well, they don't have to pay 100 million back, so why not, right?
Yep.
Exactly, Juice Box. That's what I mean. Edwards is, you see flashes but not consistency. So David Pereira, if they sell Bataglia, Salvador is going to sue for the 20% that was removed from the contract after the attack. Tá bom. Sei? Hã? Ô, Jorginho. Tá tudo ali à maneira, hã? Já está tudo ali à maneira.
Oh boy.
All right. Prediction. Who wins the Euro?
Germany.
That was my pick. I think Germany wins, and it's not even going to be close.
Germany,
Who do you-
France.
In the final? I would agree with that. Germany, France in the final. Yes. 1.5 million net worth for Sergio. Steven, I think you're Google searching that's not where you find how much they make. Any Porto rumors? We just went to a bunch of them. I don't know. We'll see.
More players leaving. Not really a lot of players coming in. I think teams are looking to sell before July 1st, so it comes in at this year's end of year accounting, and then they'll worry about the buying afterwards.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're getting tons and tons of offered players to them. They just got to analyze to see what I'm telling you. With the big three, it's going to be a lot of option to buy, loan option to buy, or percentages of passes of some sort, and let's keep it moving. It's going to be a lot of that, and free transfers.
Mhm.
They're going to be looking for free transfers because money wise, eles estão todos rotos, man.
Yep, it's true.
The only way you're going to see someone paying good money is for someone that gives them guarantees, and there's not a lot.
No, I agree.
Not a lot of guarantees in anybody else. So, all right, George. Anything else?
That's it. That's all we got.
When is Portugal's first official
Tuesday.
game of Euro?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, and it's against Hungary.
Hungry. I'm hungry for a win.
If they don't win that game and by a couple of goals, they
It's a
ain't.
done deal.
They're not passing.
It's a done deal.
That's gonna be. Oh my God, Ronaldo's gonna have a fit.
Yeah.
Until then, guys. Well, we'll be back. What, Tuesday night?
Yeah, we could come back after the game, right?
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll clear my schedule for you, George.
All right. And well, I'll
right,
make
guys.
sure Nelson. I'll make sure Nelson doesn't have anything with Con Ed.
No Con Ed, right? I mean, we need that power in New York. All right, guys. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you tell your friends. For George and myself, I'll see you guys next week, and we'll see how Portugal does. If you're like George, you're on pins and needles. If you're like me, I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight thinking about Portugal against Hungary. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys next week, or we'll talk to you guys next week. Until then, Charlotta.
Peace out, guys.